Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where Edutainment explains it. Crabs in a bucket. Or crabs in a barrel. However you want to look at it, it is a metaphor that describes a specific. Why did I drag my S's out? That describes a specific type of mentality. I want to talk to you about the crab, and I'll just use bucket because I ain't carrying no barrel. I want to talk to you a little bit about what the crabs in a bucket mentality is, how it relates to you, and some things that you can do to overcome the crabs in a bucket mentality. Aren't I nice? Yes, you're welcome. Now, before I do that, of course, as I always do, we need to get the legalese out the way. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when the material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share, because edutainment is what I do. Hey, I'll be talking to you directly. Nothing to, deviate to. Crabs in a bucket. What is the crabs in a bucket mentality? What is that metaphor? That is a metaphor that basically kind of says, when you are trying to improve yourself, when you are trying to better your situation or better the situation of others through your actions, there are people, let's just call them haters, get that on out the way. Let's call them ignorant. And when I say ignorant, I mean ignorant in the truest sense of the word. I mean ignore. And some people just don't understand that they could be the problem. They don't grasp the fact. And why am I talking about this on a video, on a page where we talk about comics and movies and things like that? Because people who subscribe to your page can have a crab in a bucket mentality and not realize it. Other content providers can have a crabs in a bucket mentality and not realize it. People in the real world that you work with can have a crabs in a bucket mentality. What does a crabs in a bucket mentality stop you from doing? It stops you, first of all, from becoming the best version of yourself, because you are either too busy being exposed to, or you are too busy listening to, or you are too busy being victimized by people with crabs in a bucket mentality. You can't feel a sense of communal encouragement, because that's what a group, a community, that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? It's in the word, community. We're supposed to come together and stick together. That's what a community does. A community takes care of each other. A community sticks up for each other. A community, if one member of the community violates and the community tells that member that they are wrong, they accept and move forward, instead of being defiant, instead of being combative, instead of being cruel, instead of automatically thinking of self. Oh, you hurt my feelings, instead of stepping outside of yourself and saying, what did I do that created this dynamic? And what can I do to fix this dynamic? What do people who have a crab in a bucket mentality? People that have a crab in a bucket mentality are people who are usually trying to peer pressure you. People who are trying to get you to do something. I see people on social media who are trying to get you to think a certain way, who are trying to get you to behave a certain way, who are trying to get you to put the material that they want you to put on your page. No, it's your page. If you don't like my page, don't look at my page. If you don't like my page, don't ape things off of my page. If you don't like my page, don't out and out steal my ideas to try to get a rise out of it. Didn't think I knew, did you? Also, people with a crabs in a bucket mentality, they love to downplay your achievements. They love to make you feel as if what you're doing is inadequate. And I know people on social media do that by putting up videos mocking other videos, or videos belittling other videos, or videos making fun of, or saying this video is less than, because that is the crabs in a bucket mentality. And people with a crabs in a bucket mentality will just out and out try to discourage you. That ain't gonna work. You trying to get out here with the rest of these providers, you ain't gonna be able to do it like that. Wouldn't that be better served by saying you should do A, B, and C? This worked for me. You ain't gonna make it. You whack. You trash. As Bubba Dub say, you trash. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to keep doing that. We don't want to, and I ain't no disrespect to Bubba Dub. I love you, Bub. I love watching you, but sometimes. But that's what it's meant to do. Get your paper, Bub. Anyway, it's annoying when people do not understand that rather than say things to people to pull them down, rather than say things to make people feel less than they are, rather than make videos to disrespect other content providers, rather than make videos to pull other content providers down to your level, encourage, uplift. Because if we are a community, if we are collective, encouragement and uplifting those in our community does nothing but make the community better. But a lot of times, people on social media are worried about likes and subs. People on social media are worried about being the most popular. People on social media are worried about, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and honestly, the vast majority of people on social media are there to be the most well-liked or the most looked at, but there are a great deal of people who are not. There are people who are there because they enjoy what they do. There are people who are there who are making videos for the betterment of others, or to provide information, or to impart knowledge. Not necessarily just to be out here, hey, like Suge Knight say in the video, dancing with the artists and carrying on. What's some things? Now that we understand what crabs in a bucket mentality is and who has it, for the most part, how do we deal with the crabs in a bucket mentality? Okay, this part gonna be deep, so stay with me. First thing you gotta do is trust your instincts. Because a lot of times there's things, hey, you think in your head, and as it relates to content providers, as it relates to life, I can probably do A, B, C, and D. And if there's people discouraging you, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You ain't gonna be able to do that. People told me I couldn't start an improv group. Not only did I start an improv group, I'm the creative director of an improv group. So again, trust your instincts. People told me I could never start a business. I started 2 of them. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. I don't even listen to people when they come to me and say you can't, or you won't, or you don't, or you ain't. And then that leads right into number 2. If you're around people who are constantly telling you what you can't do, if you are constantly around people who are discouraging you, if you are constantly around people who are peer pressuring you and downplaying your achievements, change your social circle. Okay? There ain't nobody you have to be around unless you put a ring on and said, I do. There ain't nobody that you have to be around unless you help bring them into the world. You do not have to be around divisive people. You do not have to be around divisive content providers. You do not have to be around people who you can't get in sync with. I'll fool with them. I promise you. If your actions show me that you don't want to be bothered with me, that you don't want to interact with me, feelings mutual. Ain't nothing mean, but it's just your actions are saying one thing and your words are saying something else. I follow actions first. After you show me your actions are pure, then I will believe that your words are pure. Until then, if your actions are showing me, oh, you don't want to go near that person. Oh, you don't want to be bothered with them people. Oh, you don't want to be on that page. Oh, you don't want to deal with that particular social media provider or those social media providers or those people in general. Don't fuck with them. Period. Stay focused. Because a lot of times, and especially on social media, people will try to bombard you with negative shit. Sometimes people will get together and commiserate and literally plot your downfall because one, they don't like what you're doing. They don't like how you doing it. They think you should be doing it like them. That's the joy of YouTube, folks. I don't have to put in my name what you put in your name. I don't have to put in my videos what you put in your videos. If it's a smear campaign, then know this. The person smearing is always going to be the one left holding the paintbrush. Always. Because if I'm dwelling in a different place, you can't touch me mentally anyway. And that's how you need to think. If you're focused on what you're doing, ain't nobody getting ready to bump you off your square. If you like we like to say, if you 10 toes down and about your business, ain't nobody finna move you. They can't move you. And lastly, self-reflect. Guess what? You might be the crab. Think about what you're doing and what you're saying. Are your words encouraging? Are your words uplifting? Or are you creating a sense of communal encouragement? You might be the crab. Are you running your mouth all the damn time about people? You might be the crab. And just because you ain't running your mouth on social media don't mean you ain't running your mouth. You know if you're running your mouth or not. Right? Focus on you. Do you. Trust your instincts. Change your social circle. And focus. You ain't got to deal with crabs. Crabs are real simple to deal with. Very simple creatures. Very simple creatures. That's it for now. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.